I set myself targets. I'm going to put my reading glasses on so I don't have to squint. I set myself targets to go online and find clients and make calls to potential clients every day. However, I find myself just surfing the net and not making the calls. I've set up my business. However, calling clients seems like a big barrier as I am hesitant and put it off. I end up not making calls in the end, and this prevents me from moving forward. This is an absolutely incredible question, and absolutely yes, I can help with this. So what this has to do with, there are several different kinds of resistance that we can face, and you have some sort of an internal block about being known or heard. You also have a fear of rejection, and that fear of rejection is bigger than your desire to than your desire and your belief that you will be valued. And so that is where the fear comes in, where you are not making the calls. So I've actually coached entire sales staffs through this before, because when you're in a sales position, when you're in a position where you are working with a lot of outside folks, or you need them to become your clients or your customers, then you do have to make those moves. You have to get out there and be known, and that's not always easy. So one of the things that I would want to do with you is figure out where that pattern comes from, because there's something in your subconscious mind that is holding you back there. And I can't just automatically know exactly what it is, but it has to do something with the way that you were raised and some of the beliefs that you developed throughout your childhood. So somewhere along the way, you were given the impression that things that you did weren't right or in line with what you were supposed to be doing, and there was a whole lot of judgment there. And it's that judgment really that you're falling away from, that you're running away from when you're surfing the net instead. And so it's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of determination for you to get through this, because you're going to have to convince yourself that the tendencies that you have aren't in line with your goals. But remember what our affirmation was today, that I'm a creator who takes aligned action. And so the surfing the web actions are not aligned. I've had days when I haven't fulfilled what I wanted to or needed to fulfill for work, and shifted to personal things instead, not surfing the net, but taking care of different things for my family, because those things were so bogging down my mind that I wasn't being productive in work. So I diverted from what I originally assumed was the most aligned action to something that would take a large block out of my mind. Does that make sense? So that, you could say, oh, well, you procrastinated family stuff. Actually, I saved a lot of time, because I got the family stuff gone, these things that were, really bogging my mind down. I got my family stuff done so that then I could be more motivated otherwise. So in a situation like this, not knowing the deeper psychological signals, the deeper psychological reason for the pattern, the prescription that I would just give you off the top would be to notice when you're doing this thing, and whether or not, so you're surfing the internet, you need to be making calls. Whether or not you stop and make calls does not matter to me at this moment. What I want to focus on is breaking the negative pattern, which is doing this one activity, which seems to be some sort of a crutch or a balm for you. Balm meaning like soothing. Oh, well, I'll feel like I'm productive if I'm scrolling on the internet and looking at things. I'll feel as though I'm productive, so I'll be able to trick myself into not realizing that I'm just completely wasting my time. So take away that one activity. Even if you then go for a walk, do a craft, make a different kind of a phone call, even if you don't go and do the thing that you need to be doing for work, break the pattern of the pacifier. So, you give babies pacifiers so that they'll kind of be quiet and they just sit there and they suck on them and suck on them and suck on them. Take away your pacifier. Your pacifier is scrolling the internet. So take away that pacifier and then do something else. when you win on doing something else, eventually you're going to say, well, if I'm doing something else, then I need to be doing the thing that I need to be doing. And it's really difficult to make that first phone call. So you make that first call. And 9 times out of 10, it's a rejection if it's a sales call for people who are average salespeople. For people who are really great salespeople, 3 to 4 times out of 10, it gets you what you want, but still 6 to 7 times out of 10, it doesn't. So, that's just kind of the breaks with sales usually. Just in speaking about in the corporate climate. So you have to rip that Band-Aid off and do one that just feels gross. But what I would do for you is, let me find a link. You need some confidence affirmations. So let me grab a link to just a 10-minute confidence affirmation video that we have. Is that sleep playlist? Okay, let's see. Confidence, authenticity. All right, here's an authenticity. This is very important. I'm going to give you this one. I'm going to give you several. So hold on just a second. Authenticity. What's that? Oops, I almost took the end live video key. I'm glad I didn't do that. That would have been a mistake. Here's another one. Trusting your intuition. And then I believe, Shaf, yesterday or Monday, did I give you the one about motivation for achieving goals? If I didn't, I'm about to. There we go. Yeah, there is fear. I'm sorry, I'm just reading Chef's messages. Fear of something like success or moving forward. Yes, absolutely. Fear of success or fear of moving forward. That is a big one, honestly. So yeah. All right, let's see. I know that I had another question that was given in the live. So in the live, in the main session, Tracy said, I think it's just no one listens to me. I get ignored, but maybe that's the energy I give off. Then Prem, one of our group leaders, came back and said that tone can reflect the energy associated to it. We think what we become, which is why one of the reasons the affirmations are so important. And then Sonam asked Prem to help with this. So the help that I would offer, and then Prem said, ask Dr. Jane in the Q&A session. So here we are. All right. So if you believe that nobody is listening to you and that you're just getting ignored, and you think that that is your truth, then that is your truth. So the authenticity affirmation and the trusting your intuition affirmation will be very, very important for you, Tracy and Sonam. And then let's see, hold on. There's another one that I keep taking my big old purple glasses off. There's another one about communication, affirmations for truth and communication and authenticity. Here we go. So this one as well. So if you feel as though people aren't listening to you, there may be several issues here. Maybe there's a history of kind of long and drawing on. I help people to kind of truncate their communication so that it gets to the point more. Brevity truly is the soul of wit. And people have very short attention spans. So if you go super long with things, sometimes they'll just trail off. They'll start listening to you. If there's a person who's a complainer, who's not solutions-based, they'll stop listening to you because there's no point to just listen to someone who's incessantly complaining. I'm not accusing anybody of this. It's just just going through several things that could cause people to develop the habit of not listening. The thing that you can do, though, there's a much longer list than that. The thing that you can do to shift that paradigm is to shift your energy. So Prim was exactly right. It's tone, it's the words that you choose, and it really is all about emotional intelligence and regulation. And it's something that we're going to be working on in our mentorship that's coming up. So you guys might want to consider that. We work on communication a lot, and there are whole relationships. I was just communicating with a former mentee recently who, first came to me before he started the mentorship, and his relationship was falling to pieces, and he really wanted it to work, and he gave all these different reasons, and their communication had just really broken down. And I said, just invest here, not leave the relationship, but leave your worry about the relationship to the side for just a smidge of time, and then let's really pour into you. And he's engaged now. They're shopping for houses. They're talking about the place where they're going. That was less than a year ago. It was 10 months ago. They're talking about places, where are we going to raise our family? What kind of house do we want? He literally sent me a video the other day talking about, going shopping for real estate because they're engaged and good things are happening. And so honestly, if you focus on your own energy and investing in yourself, then you start to bring a different energy places. I had a really rough go with my in-laws. When I first got married, my husband had been married before, had brought 3 kids to the marriage. One of them was a girl who, we're fine now. Actually, today's her birthday. She's 27 today, but 12 years ago, she wasn't super happy that her dad, who had not been divorced that long, like 2 years, was starting to date and seriously date someone. And so she acted out, and it caused some problems with my now sister-in-law and mother-in-law. And I was always very uncomfortable at family events for my husband's family. And I've now lost both my parents. They've transitioned on. I haven't lost them, but they're from human form. And so there's not like a whole lot of family events from my side. So really our family events are his side. But I always felt really uncomfortable at family events until finally one day I just decided to not be uncomfortable anymore. I predetermined that I would bring a different energy, and I was the same person. I just made a decision to stand in my own confidence in a humble way, in a humble and quiet and familiar way, because it's me. But I brought a different energy to this huge family event. And my husband said that his sister, his daughter, several different people walked up and they were like, man, Jane seems like she's a lot of fun. Something just seems different. And he answered truthfully. He was like, it's the same person. She's the same person she's always been. But that one decision, me bringing a different energy and showing up with a more positive confidence, a soft and quiet confidence, but still a confidence, shifted the paradigm. And now I'm not uncomfortable at all at any family events because I'm me. Wherever I am, I'm me. If I'm in the middle of a field and no one else is around, I'm me. If I'm in the middle of a concert venue and there's thousands of people around, I'm still me at the family event or in bed at night. I'm still me. And so when you begin to own that me and own it in a way that's gentle and soft, but firm at the same time, kind of like I like my mattresses, soft but firm, then it changes the paradigm. So you have to shift what you're doing. A friend of mine is in a rocky marriage right now, and she's, coming to me just for some advice on communication. And she said, well, he said this and I said that. And my response was, well, when he has said these things in the past, what were your usual reactions? And she was like, well, exactly what I did. I said, well, then why are you continuing to say the same things? It's not going to get you anything different. You have to bring a different energy with you. And if you bring a different energy with you, then you're going to get a different result. It's like knowing that the cake, put all the ingredients in a bowl, you mix it up, and you're going to bake it. Knowing that the cake needs to be baked at 375 degrees Fahrenheit in your oven, but then setting it for 280 instead and expecting the same cake. No, you're going to get something different. With a cake, that's really not a good way to go because it's scientific formula to bake it a certain way. But with people, you can turn it up, you can turn it down, and you can see the different chemical reactions that happen because it's all chemical reactions. Your energy, that decision that I made before that huge wedding, you know what? I love the place where this wedding is. I'm just going to enjoy it and be myself and not worry about anything else. And just that honoring, how honoring I was of the divinity of me that day and how it's changed now for several years, the entire nature of the relationship that I have with every single family member who was there. And you can do that too. So if people haven't been listening to you and you super want them to, change something humbly. No problem. All right. Glasses back on. Thank you for that question and the links as well. Oh, fantastic. You're welcome, Kelly. My husband just asked to help him move the bed. I told him I'm doing a class. Okay, well, if you have to move the bed right now, go move it. Let's see. I don't see any other questions, though. So are we complete today? I do want to make sure that you are here tomorrow and that you are, going through your guidebook and filling it in. I would love for it to be filled in. And, if you have spouses who are not on this growth journey with you, just take a deep breath and understand that as you shift and change, everything around you must shift and change because you've changed the ingredients, you've changed the formula by changing yourself. Let's see, Chef, I've got not related to motivation, no problem, but I tend to be forgetful and absent-minded at times. Is there anything I can do to improve my memory? Absolutely. Breathing and meditation. Breathing and meditation. You've got a whole lot going. You've got a whole lot going on around you, and your mind gets overwhelmed, and you're trying to do more than one thing at once, which obviously would cause anybody to be absent-minded. It's the reason that when I don't slow down, and I'm going through my house, and I have to do this and do that, and prepare this and prepare that, and all this stuff. Sometimes I can walk into a room and say, and tell me if this has happened to you, because it happens to everybody, I think. Sometimes I'll walk into a room and be like, wait, why did I come here? Oh, it's because I left the present. I'm thinking about all of these other things. So several times a day, and it doesn't have to be super long. Let me see if I can find something. I really love the pre-meditation breathing that I gave you. I gave the link a couple of days ago. Just looking for something else for you. 1 second. Focus. I've got a 2-hour loop of music for focus and positivity. I'll give you that. But here is Inner Peace. This is the one I was looking for. This is a guided gratitude, resilience through inner peace. And if you can reach that place of calm, remember we just talked about in the lesson, a calm mind is more productive. But yet weak memory, forgetfulness, if you will dedicate yourself to a daily meditation practice, then your memory will improve. Let's see. The achieving goals meditation as well will really, really help you. And then here is one that you super need. This one is the meditation to calm the mind. So this would be a great one for you to do. There we go. This would be a great one for you to do at the beginning of the day and in the middle of the day. Oh, Kelly, I love that. You are enough. You are enough. Let's see. And see, I love how you all are like, wait, no, Shaf had a question. Like that, I love the community that's coming together. Let's see. One instance of him not hearing me. Well, Tracy, there's a difference between hearing and listening. There's a difference between hearing, listening, and acting on it. Because I can hear you, I can listen, and then I can decide to ignore and go on my own way. But here's just a little tip. If somebody asks you, especially a spousal situation, so I'm just going to do it not in general, but specifically with this one. You know, honey, I need you to help me move this bed. Instead of, I'm busy right now, give some sort of a point of reference for an expectation. This is good when you're having an argument with someone, when you take a time out. Right now, I'm not emotionally prepared to discuss this, but why don't we give me 30 minutes and then we'll talk? Or I'm super angry right now and I don't know how long it's going to take me to cool down. So let's check in at 6 o'clock tonight. And if I'm cooled down enough, then we'll talk. And if not, then we'll set a time for tomorrow. So, honey, I need you to help me move the bed right now. Get up and move the bed. I'm finishing up this class. It's usually finished by the top of the next hour. So 30 minutes and I'm there. Some sort of an expectation, just so that it's not just this dangling thing that's out there. I asked her for help. I needed help and she said no. You didn't say no. You just said not right now. Like if a kid comes in an hour before dinner, Mom, can I have an ice cream? Absolutely. After dinner. You said no right now. You said yes. I will help you with the bed in 30 minutes. But we're out of questions, so you can go help with the bed now. And then see if he wants to, I don't know, take in a couple hours of personal growth and guide him back through the challenge, because it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. You can come back and follow it. Your wife always gives you tasks when you're busy. You know, I have an agreement with my husband that during the day when we think about different things that we want to tell each other, we make a list and then we have an appointment each day. It sounds very like regimented. It's actually not as regimented as it sounds. But we just take notes and then we come back to each other at a set time when we don't have a million other things on our mind, and when we can devote time to each other and say, oh, hey, you know, there was this thing that I wanted to tell you about. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's, oh, don't forget to show Bob this is funny meme that you saw on Facebook that you don't want to interrupt his day by texting him in the middle of the day, you know, something like that. And sometimes it's something about the kids, or, you know, something about the house or a financial matter or whatever. And so we actually have discussed, you know, how can I best honor myself and best serve you, so that if I am interrupted or if he is interrupted in the middle of the day, we know that it's actually gone through a thought process that's honoring of the other person's process and the other person's duties. All right, I've had some more stuff pop in. Motivation, yes. Soul food. Oh, Jaime, I just love you. I hope you know how much I love you. I'm doing many different meditations each day for different things. I was wondering how many maybe are too many. Kelly, so, oh yeah, we didn't put in that music. Hold on. I have a 3-hour loop. It's either 2 or 3 hours. Here we go. Here's a 30-minute loop, and then I'll give you the 3-hour one too. So what I'd like to do is do 10 minutes of affirmations or a meditation for about 10 minutes, and then I continue saying it to myself for a short bit while I'm listening to certain music. And I'm giving you these musics right now. And on YouTube, I've asked YouTube to not show ads on these, so they should be uninterrupted. So hopefully you won't get interrupted there. But I will. So let's just say I've done my money mindset affirmation. I'm so happy and great, and I do like this because I've got a big board and I've got some of my affirmations up on the board. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. So I keep saying that while one of these musics, hello, Fangy, Jing Fang, my dear, dear friend. I keep saying the motivation, the affirmation, while one of these pieces of music are playing. and then eventually stop saying it and the music keeps going. And you know what your subconscious mind does? Your subconscious mind associates the music with the affirmation that you've been saying, and therefore you've got it going and going and going while you work in your office for 3 hours. That's awesome. So you're meditating while you're doing something else. It's literally utilizing your own duality of body spirit. Cool? It works. It works. It's great. Yes, I'm doing many different, let's see, we've got that one. But Kelly, depending upon what you're trying to focus on with your meditation, you can do many, but I would choose like the one that really, I think that you're the person who, sorry, I've got a hair that keeps poking me in my eye. I'm trying to get it. I've been having hair issues these last couple of days. Maybe I should just shave it, y'all. I'm just kidding. There's so much hair here. But I think that you were the person who yesterday or the day before was like, oh, that one really spoke to me. If something really speaks to you, there's a topic that's really encouraging to you, then go for it. But if you want to just direct message me or your group leader about specifically what you are that you're trying to accomplish, then I can help unmuddy the waters. What I would really encourage you to do, however, is stick with one person, one mentor, one guide. So if it's meditations on my channel that really speak to you, do them. If it's meditations on the I Am Creator meditation channel, you know, Master Shree's meditations that really speak to you, do those. But stick with one or two and make sure that the people whose assets you're using are aligned. Because if you're using something of mine, and then you're going out and using something of, let's just think of another like super famous life coach that has a lot of assets, Tony Robbins. He and I have completely different energy. I'm not going to say anything positive or negative about Tony Robbins. He's just a different person and he has a different focus. He's not as spiritually focused as I am. He's not as energetically focused as I am. He's more of the, there's a lot of masculine energy in what I do, but there's also a whole lot of feminine energy in what I do, which is a more quiet power, obviously, because I am feminine. But so we have different energies behind that. And so I don't know if he has any meditations, but let's say that he does, and then I do. Those two energies could really be a bit at war with each other. So in that instance, if you're kind of doing the cafeteria plan and you're shopping and you're following a whole bunch of different people, we really need to pare that down and make sure that you have a couple people who you can really count on. You also want to make sure those meditations, I've had meditation recording sessions scheduled and just completely busted them because I wasn't in a good energetic place. You want to make sure when you're doing recorded meditations or the music that we have, that you're getting it from a source that you trust. You want to know that you're going to a person who is going to be able to come on recording and admit, you know, sometimes I'm not in a good place. I'll tell you, some days when our daughter with special needs is in tantrum, which it can be, you know, a week and a half ago, it was 5 straight days, and it's really maddening. There's no way that I can calm myself and calm my mind to the level that I want to even chance passing off some of the energy that was in my home to you. So I wait until, and yes, I meditate and I do get calm, but there's still that lingering energy in the space where I'd be doing the recording. There's no way I'm going to record a meditation for hundreds or thousands of people to follow and do that's going to have a trace of that negative energy. So you want to make sure that you're using someone's stuff and the person was responsible in creating it for you. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, these energetic realities, they are realities, and you just can't be too careful with the media that you consume. Got to be really, really careful. So, anyway. All right. I think we're complete, everyone. I love you. And I hope that today was useful for you. I hope that if you're following us on Facebook Live, I know the names that are popping up, you guys, I'm seeing your names each day and I'm getting to know you and your stories, and I love it. Make sure you tag me if you have any questions. If you're watching it on replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I know. and can, especially focus on your name and sending you energy. And if you're following us on YouTube and you have questions, make sure that you are putting them in the comments and letting us know what you need, because we are here for you as well. All right, well, that is it for us today. I will see you on session number 4. That session is all about the importance of reflection and the importance of knowing when and how to up-level your involvement. So you guys are not going to want to miss that at all. Love, love, love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.